Evening. Right, we got the VCS warmed up, so it's showing colour. By the time I finish getting my fucking ice cubes out, fucking hot on it. So, I did check out a review of Haunted House, and does appear to me that, I checked out Lucosa's review of the VCS version. I don't think it was out on anything else. So, what the hell is going on here, mate? So, yeah, don't look very pink. I'm going to ramp up the old colour controls there for you, mate. You're welcome in it. Funny thing, it doesn't have a temperature control for the picture quality. That's odd. This isn't a nice Trinitron. It's nicer than other CRT tubes, but the actual TV is not the best they ever made. Could be the worst. So yeah, this game, my friend had this game, and I suspect after spending that much money on this game, which I think was a full price game, so between £25 and £30 from Argos, I think that's why he liked, games with puzzles to solve. He bought an Amstrad CPC after playing Sorcery or Sorcery Plus on the Amstrad, and that was the first game he actually bought for his Amstrad. It was supposed to be out getting the C64. However, I think this was 1984, it would have been the summertime, C64 was sold out everywhere. You couldn't get one for love nor money in any of the local towns, they were just completely gone. Which is more tragic than the Wii situation, because the controllers on the Wii are fucking inaccurate, woolly fucking pieces of shit, making it a party game machine only. You can't have a serious game on the Wii. How could you play something with any sort of accuracy? No, mate, no. Even if Lotus 2 did come out on the Wii with those shit controls, you could never play it as accurately, and therefore with as much pride as on the Amiga, preferably an American Amiga, because it runs at rock steady 30 frames per second, mate, at least, if not 60. But the only negative thing about the game, and the thing everyone notices straight away, is how shit the background graphics are. In fact, the sprites are shit as well. Except for, some of the enemies. They're not bad. The bats are quite good. It's really the flashing effects and, the sound effects that make this game. Because this was an early game. Now I remember playing this, and I'll be honest with you, I was playing it on an emulator and it stuck all the pieces on the top floor on the very first you know, game level, which is, I'm sure that's a bit weird. I don't think that would happen on the real VCS. And I watched the gameplay, let's play review kind of thing, and all the pieces were on the second, well, first or ground floor. But there is quite an element of strategy with this game. So that's you, and you press the fire button to light a match so you can see where you are. Not really rogue-like, but I don't know. I think the matches is basically how many matches you used to finish the level. Sort of like inverse score, a bit like, I don't know, golf. See, when the enemies come near you, they blow out your candle in it. See, there's no pieces here on this floor at all, so far. And yeah, look, see? So anyway, if you can make it out from the shit graphics, well, not the shit graphics, but the shit quality recording of the graphics, that's the thing. So look, we're on level 2, which is the first floor of this haunted house. Don't know how many houses you've ever seen that are 4 stories. I don't know, I did wonder if I was doing something wrong when I was playing it then, and it seems to be the same shit is happening now. I mean, the difficulty of this game, part of it has got to be those crappy joysticks. Well, they would have been crappy by the time this came out if you got a VCS in 1982 maybe. So that 3 there now indicates we're on level 3 of the game. Right, the sector, this is where the strategy comes in, makes you invincible as long as you're holding it. And you can still search for all the pieces. So basically, once you find the sector, they can't really do anything to you. All they can do is blow out your matches, which obviously, you know, when you measure your score on this game, it's how many matches you use to find the pieces. But that's bullshit, because if you got my luck, they're all fucking on the top floor. Anyway, how many fucking 4-story houses have you ever seen in your life? There's some bloody building, it's like a mansion. Fuck's sake, I should have called it Haunted Mansion. Unless there's some famous story still in the popular culture. I didn't know how I was going up or down. You'll just have to learn that. Oh my god, I can't see a single piece. Right, so that's one piece of the urn. You have to get all 3 pieces of it. That's the other piece. See, look, they're all, it's just my luck, isn't it? And there probably won't be enough one now. Oh, see, I've picked something up. Yeah, you can only carry one thing. So you can either carry a broken urn, which you build from the 3 pieces, obviously. So you can carry up to 3 pieces of the urn, or the scepter. You can't carry anything and the scepter. It's a scepter on its own or everything else. So, we've got one there, we've got one there, and there was one in here, wasn't there? So yeah, look at this shit, man. You have to be a bit, get that now. So what I'll do is, I'll start off down here. Right. Crap, see? And you can't pick up the scepter. You see, there's your strategy there. Whether you have the scepter or you have the, see, I went over the scepter and it won't give it to me. So you need, I'm going to test that theory now, but I don't think your match goes out. Anyway, the other piece is up here, and the other piece is here. Just alternate between the end stairs and you'll get to level 1. And you have to put the 3 pieces of the urn in there. So that's all you have to do. Now the first level is supposed to be easy, but I had to go up to the very top level just to get 1 piece, and they're all up there, which is a bit stupid. So basically I had to travel the whole bloody way around this so-called house, which is the size of a fucking mansion. 24 fucking rooms, which all happen to be the same size. So yeah, this really deserves a remake. Not on a fucking PS4, no. Ah, bloody Ginger knocked the camera there. So, start again. You start off, I don't know why you have to put it in there. Is this your own mansion? Being haunted by all the terrible things you've done to become rich enough to afford such a house? But basically, you just got to like search everywhere, pick up the pieces. It tells you in the manual that you have to pick up the 3 pieces of the urn and anything else pretty much you need. There was no cryptic business going on there forcing you to buy some magazine, like some mega fucking corporation bullshit world we live in today. Ooh, so much choice with stuff today, except everyone sells the same shit and it's all made pretty much in the same fucking 500 mile square radius. Heaven forbid you want wallpaper that actually looks like something nice and unique. Oh, they've got unique alright, they're just all fucking shit. So there is absolutely nothing on the first floor. So counting the matches, apart from if you've got a maximum, that's a bit shit really. So there's no stairs, this is the stairs with the, yeah, that brings back memories. As soon as you come up the stairs you've got to dodge out the way. Bit like Rory Breaker in Lock Stock. It's a bit of a dodge in it. Everything's a dodge. So yeah, like I was saying, this is, I believe my friend got this either before or after Pac-Man. He would have got Pac-Man as soon as it comes out, so you'll have to look up which order that would come in. If this was released before Pac-Man was released, then you had this first. But yeah, tell you what, if you actually think about this game, if you sat down and thought about this game, it is really good. So you just have to have the same sort of imagination as, you know, we had to have in them days. Fuck off. And get a slap if you said fuck off like that. But yeah, so, you know, this explains why my friend would do all these kind of games, like, he spent ages playing Tomb Raider until he completed it, and he'd map out games, He'd like draw maps in notebooks and shit, and he loved that shit. And I think this game, combined with sorcery, is basically responsible for all that. See? Might be another piece that close to it. I mean, that would be taking a piss. So this is meant to be another level. Ah, come on, man. You got to be careful not to run over the pieces while you got the scepter when you're being chased by the bat or the ghost, because otherwise, yeah, it's a bit tricky. You might have to backtrack on yourself to get it back. In which case you'd hit what's chasing you. So, very simple game. Very good idea. It's just, you know, the way they've done it on the VCS, it's not even the VCS technical limitations. It can be done better on the VCS, but, you know, whoever programmed this game, you know, he left too much to the imagination combined with, you know, the early development systems were not all that. See, the back stairs will always, you know, be a good place to go for all the levels, simply because you always have the stairs here, and they're always in the same order, obviously. So it's so it's a good place to be. Right, so that's that one. We need to find the last one. Alright, here we go. Right, so there, straight down, and here, and straight down to 2, and get in there 1, and up there, in the dark, mate. So yes, that's Haunted House. Now the funny thing is, the next game I want to do is Stampede. Now Stampede wouldn't work the first time I tried to do it. The second time I tried to do it, it did work miraculously. Only blew on the cartridge once and switched the console off a couple of times and back on, and it worked. Yeah, you know, maybe I had to do it another time to work properly, but did work, recorded it, and the whole thing was completely out of fucking focus, which this could be completely out of focus, but I'm not sure why that happened. So I'm going on about how great the graphics are, and I wonder how they do it, and all that kind of stuff, and how it'd make a great C64 game, and all you see is some white blobs and over some pasty green background, just wobbling about. But I tried to do it again later, before the last video I recorded, and it wouldn't work again. It might have worked for a millisecond while I was just pissed off, so I just kept switching it on and off again. But because this is a bloody junior console, and because it's knackered, as you can tell from the output, although on this game, because there's no bright over dark combinations, it's not flaring as much. But yeah, Haunted House is quite good for what it is. You know, it's hard to go back to them days and think, well, you know, if your parents were rich, well, you know, pretty comfortable financially, maybe you would have got an Atari 800 computer and been able to play games on that. But those games were just as expensive as a VCS. And I think a 16K Atari 800 started at £400. You know, we're talking the period, the BBC Micro period, before the C64. Although the C64 was finalised in January 82 at the CES show, and then they just ran the production facilities at maximum capacity, built up the stocks, and launched it, you know, over half a year later. But the complete design was all done. Maybe they had to do some work on actually streamlining production and all that kind of businessy stuff, but everything was done. The case was designed, the keyboard was done, all the ROMs were done. Yeah. So I don't know if we'll be able to play Stampede, so back in a second with something.